What's up, guys? Slingshot here, and today I'm with my friend Seth. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, go check it out. It's Keepers of Armageddon. I'll have how to spell it and everything in the description below, but it's his Laval deck, so let's just go ahead and get into it.
Alright, to start off, obviously you're going to run Triple Handmaiden. This card is, without a doubt, staple in the deck. It just sets up your graveyard. This is what this deck is about, is setting up the graveyard and then playing Rekindling and just blowing up everything and just going off. So yeah, when she's sent to the graveyard, you can just keep sending Lavels and Lavels and Lavels and just set it up. Alright, next is Triple Cannon. When he's summoned, you can special summon a banished Lavel. Pairs really nicely with Laval Lakeside Lady because she can banish herself to destroy a card on the field, or a set card on the field. So I love doing that and then summoning this and getting her right back in synchro. So he's staple as well. Alright, next we're going to be running 2 Cannoneer. This card basically is like a facilitator for the deck. It just, when you summon it, you can send cards from your hand to the grave to inflict some burn damage. The burn damage isn't the most important part. It's getting your Lavels in the grave, which is. And he is staple as well. Next is the best looking card, in my opinion, is Laval Lakeside Lady. She looks sick. And this is the one where, like I said, you can banish her to pop a face down card on the field. And you got to banish her and another Lavel, and she combos really nicely with Cannoneer, or Cannon, sorry. Triple Fire Dog. This is as staple as well. Every time it destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon a fire monster with 200 defense or less from your deck. So, seeing as how almost all of these Lavels have 200 defense, you can see why he'd be needed. And he pairs really nicely with this open turn, because when you destroy a monster, you can special summon this guy, synchro for a level 6 to this one right here, Laval Dragon, or Dragoon, or however you want to say that, and instantly get your Handmaidens to the grave and proceed to spam your graveyard with Handmaidens and other Lavels. So yeah, they're staple as well. Next, I'm running 1 Boost Warrior. This can also be ran at 2, but I've just found that running it at 1 is more consistent, especially with the other cards that I play with, like Card Trooper. It just works better, and it just helps you push for that Quasar and really get your win conditions going. Next is we're running 2 Card Trooper. Like I said, you want your stuff in the grave, so. And that's what Card Trooper does, it gets stuff in the grave, so naturally it would be very good. Next we're running Triple Swift Scarecrow, just, keep your life points on the board, You can also normal summon it when you start doing your Quasar loop and stuff like that.
Let's Gores, actually, though.
Gotcha. And your next card is Gores. There isn't really any card in the deck that conflicts with Gores, because you're not really having any continuous spells or traps, so obviously by definition Gores would be good. We're going to be running 1 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is just personal preferences, can also be a max C, but I've just found playing this deck it's better to stop their effects than for you to draw cards. 1 Card Trooper. I love being able to go Card Trooper and have a Scarecrow in hand. That way you just, you free +1 and you also have defense. So you're not worried about an OTK or something like that. And Card D is just really good. Next is Pyrex. I've just been playtesting this, but it's searchable almost at any time with Gold Sarcophagus, and not to mention you're running dualities, and you can always just mill into him and pick him up. So he has been working out really well, and I recommend trying him. Next is Double Duality. It's just consistency issues. You're not going to be doing a ton of special summoning until you do your Rekindling plays, so this doesn't conflict too much. Next is Double Space. I don't run 3. I've just found that the Double Space is needed right now. I'm trying to make room, and I feel Double Space is all you need.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Lakeside Ladies, too,
Yeah.
to pop back row.
Next is the life of the deck, what makes it good. Triple Rekindling. When this card is activated, just special summon as many fire monsters from your graveyard with 200 defense or less, and that's just ridiculous, because sometimes you'll have about 10 or 12 monsters in your graveyard with like 200 defense or less, so you can just choose whichever ones you want. Next is just to improve the consistency is Triple Gold Sarcophagus. I usually like to search for Kindlings to go ahead and get them to my hand, but here recently I've been finding myself searching Pyrex a lot. But your number 1 priority is to get Rekindling, but sometimes searching Pyrex is not a bad idea. As well, of course, you can search like Dark Hole and stuff like that.
Yeah, Heavy Storm's probably good.
And that's never bad. Alright, next is 1 for 1. I love being able to go ahead and get that Boost Warrior to the field if I don't have him in my hand, or as well as getting Handmaiden to the field. And I feel like 1 for 1 just, like I said, adds to like the consistency of the deck, which is a pretty big problem for this. And I'm trying to make this deck as consistent as possible. And 1 for 1 I have found helps. Next is 1 Foolish. Foolish is needed just to dump either your Lakeside Lady or your Handmaiden. And yeah, just Foolish is Foolish. This is really good, especially in a graveyard-based deck. Next is Reborn, Heavy, and Dark Hole. Don't need to say anything about those. They're just really good. Next is 1 Torrential. Just add a defense, that punishes bad players, and yeah, Torrential is just really good. Compulse is really good. It disrupts your opponent's plays. It just stops them from really going off, and this card can be really unexpected at times, and it really does slow them down. And the last 2 cards are Double Warning. As most people would know by now, this card is going to 1, so I would take out 1 Warning and add probably another Compulse is what I'm probably going to try. But as of right now, until the thing is actually confirmed, Double Warning. You do have to pay 2,000 life points, but you have Swift Scarecrow, and that doesn't conflict too much.
Alright, and we don't have a side deck. You should really base that around like where you're playing at. You know,
Yeah.
You definitely need the 3rd space in there for stuff like macro. But and we have some of the extra deck. I think, what are you missing? Quasar?
Yeah, Quasar and a second Laval Stenin, but other than that, we got it.
Yeah, you got to play Quasar and Shooting Star Dragon. So.
Yeah. Alright, for the first synchro is Formula Synchron. Obviously, you have Swift Scarecrow and Boost Warrior with your Handmaidens, and Handmaiden's a tuner, so obviously Formula Synchron's going to be really good, and it's also a must if you're running Quasar.
Yeah.
Next is TG Hyper Librarian. You're doing a ton of synchroing in this deck, so having this card on the field and being able to plus off your synchros is really good.
Yeah, sometimes you can draw into your second Rekindling and just
It's
stupid.
go off.
Yeah.
Next is we're going to be running 2 Laval Dragons. They're really good. You return cards from your graveyard back to your deck to return that same amount of, or return cards to the hand pretty much. And it just works really good. It's also another level 5 for, the 2 level 5s and Formula Synchron play into Quasar, so he just adds a lot of synergy. Next is Flamevale Urquizars, whatever that is. I'm not really sure what that is. He's just another level 6, just for when the time is right and you don't have to go into this card right here. This card right here is another card for setting up your graveyard, which you have to do in this deck. If you don't set your graveyard up, it's not going to work. And sometimes you don't need to go in a level 6 level 6 whose effect isn't going to be used at all. So this card right here does some piercing damage, and I think it's just...
Yeah, Reaper might be a problem with this deck, and he could help you do it with that.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Alright, now for the level 7s, Ancient Flamevale Deity. This card is really good. When he's summoned, you just banish cards from the graveyard, and he gets a 200 attack boost for each card you banished. And with all the water that's running around on all the graveyard decks, this card can be a problem for them because it just gets rid of those cards. Like I said, he's also 200 defense, so if he goes to the grave, you can special summon him back with Rekindling, and that's just nasty. And next, we need to be running 2 of these guys. I just only currently have 1. It's Laval Stenin. This guy is probably, other than Quasar and Shooting Star Dragon, he's probably the boss monster. He can't, when he's targeted, all you have to do, targeted by an effect, all you have to do is banish a Laval from your graveyard, and it just destroys that card that targeted and stuff like that. It just stops it. And that adds a lot of synergy, so if you have like this card and he's targeted, you banish one, and then if you have a Laval cannon in hand, you can just summon your cannon and special summon your banished Laval. So that's just really good. And yeah, he just adds a lot of synergy, and like I said, he's the boss monster.
Alright guys, well that's Seth from KOA. I'm Slinktron, and we're out.